This was obvious. Okay, so there I was. I've got these labeled A and A, the two short sections. Now I'm going to join them together, and I've got these great areas to cut out so I can bond them together into a strong piece. This is what I mean by obvious. Is when I transposed the bow onto it, basically the only type of bond I'm going to have, because I'm cutting away those great triangles, something like that. And because the rest of it is getting cut away. It's skinny handle. So then I was thinking that I'm actually going to have to be just concerned with that center section, Captain Obvious here, and at least have something like this, just, what would that be? 4 surfaces stuck together. So I got to come up with some, instead of having a whole bunch of these things throughout the width of that wood, kind of an asymmetrical type of joint where it's just like most of the stuff is in the center and the rest is just going to get cut away so it can be simple. Jig wise, no siree. I'm just going to practice just, precise cutting on the lines on the bandsaw, because usually I gotta say I'll draw a line and it's like, because it doesn't matter, because I'm going to remove that wood. But in this case, I got to learn a new skill. I mean, as if there was a jig cutting along the lines, which is not impossible to do. Bandsaw, you don't have to push it through fast. You can be very slow. You can be very careful. Next up, it's obvious that I've missed for years. Yes, sir, I've got a turtle. She was born in 92, or hatched. Pretty old turtle. And when she's in a pond with goldfish, and let me tell you, goldfish will eat anything. They'll eat liver sausage. Goldfish will eat anything they can get in their little fishy mouths, right? And so if I was to throw, and I'm not even saying that it's the best stuff to feed them, the turtle food, the floaty sticks. The best thing is natural stuff, organic turtle raising. Bugs and whole little fish like shiners and stuff, that have the entire fish in there. They're like aquatic cats. They probably also need taurine. But I'll tell you, fighting with those goldfish, and big goldfish will pull out a big chunk of liver sausage from that turtle's mouth. The irony is, she lives in a freaking pond of goldfish. Why am I even throwing food in there in the first place? But she's a kinder, gentler turtle. Liver sausage, Braunschweiger. And she eats that stuff up. I cut it into strips and hand feed her. She swims right up to me and everything. And I'm thinking, that's so convenient. But is she getting enough calcium and the stuff that she needs? And so last night, after 15, 20 years, I decided I'm going to read the nutrition. Is liver sausage good? And oh my gosh, let me tell you that if you've got a big old turtle and you're lazying out like I am with liver sausage strips, liver sausage has a lot of calcium in it, and turtles need it for shell development. In replacing scales and egg laying. A lot of A vitamins, B6 and B12, and then the trace stuff. It's got copper and zinc and just all this other stuff that I don't remember. But basically, liver sausage is not a bad turtle food because it's liver, it's hearts, it's all sorts of guts mixed in there. And as a fellow gut eater, I eat gizzards and livers and all that stuff. Kidneys, whatever, That's the most nutrient-rich portion of an animal that you can find is the gut meat. Because it's the engine that drives that cow or pig or chicken or whatever it is. Human. So we're good there. The only question is fat, the fat content, and it's got a lot of fat. But Liver sausage is a good turtle food. But mix it up. Throw some giant, mealworms and stuff in there. Make her a salad. She's not so big in the salads. A little known turtle fact. She's a slider, a red-eared slider, 11 inches long at the carapace, stem to stern. Big turtle. Healthy. Is that typically when they're going through their big growth stages, they'll grow fast, and as they age, they slow. And she might still be growing after 30-something years. They just slow down a little bit. All meat eating, killing everything they can find, eating dead stuff. But as they get older and their growth slows, not as important, they start grading into vegetation like cooters and sliders and red painted turtles and stuff like that there. Just interesting facts. But old Myrtle, she'll eat bananas, believe it or not. But by and large, she just likes to eat meat. Which brings up the last point, and this is important. I saw this short video on the YouTubes, and it was about this guy sitting here eating like a ham sandwich in front of a bunch of vegans, and they're like screaming at it, just going nuts, losing their stuff. Do vegans hate cats? Because I can guarantee you, my 3 tomcats were born of a feral mother and lived outside for 8 years before they forced retirement into the house. And don't worry, they're doing great. They're just lazy, enjoying life indoors, which totally reduced the stress on our part. What do we do with these outdoor cats? Anyway, do vegans hate cats? Because I can tell you for an utmost certainty that those 3 tomcats are psychopathic murderers. They will kill, and just for the sake of playing with stuff, anything that they can take down. They've gone after wild turkeys and then realized, hey, those aren't sparrows. But do vegans hate cats? And if not, why? Think about it. That's all I'm going to say. I got to get ready for work. You can see, got my work shirt on, but underneath, I'm like Clark Kent and Superman. Camouflage, baby cakes. Camouflage.